Hi, my name is Mridul Ganesh. I'm the Chief Product Officer at Laudio, and here we'll talk about how Laudio helps health systems impact employee engagement. Staff engagement has been shown to have a major impact on all key metrics for a health system. It is the foundation that holds up operational excellence, clinical quality, safety, and patient satisfaction. Now, engagement is driven by regular, effective feedback and communication that is personalized, timely, and meaningful. And that is what managers can do for their teams with Laudio. Our clients have seen up to a 20 percentage point increase in scores for engagement survey items that are associated with manager support. Laudio makes it easy for managers to recognize, coach, and support their staff in a way that is timely and personalized so that they can impact engagement. Laudio integrates with your major systems, such as the HR and the time and attendance systems, analyzes the data, brings it together, and comes up with specific personalized recommendations for managers to engage with their staff on. In addition to generating these recommendations, Laudio also prioritizes them for the managers to focus on those team members they have not interacted with a lot or team members that have a high predicted turnover risk. So scrolling down Laudio's top recommendations list, we can see opportunities for a manager to celebrate and recognize their staff, to hold them accountable, and to check in on important topics like burnout and professional development. Now, in addition to raising these opportunities to engage with your staff, Laudio also gives managers all the tools they need in order to effectively engage with a massive team. So for example, here we can see that Shiloh has been a charge nurse for many of her shifts in the past month. Laudio tells you, first of all, that she's on the floor. So if you want to go and recognize her in person, you have the information you need to do so. If you want to send Shiloh a message, you can click the send message button, either send her an email or a text, use one of Laudio's dynamic templates to begin your communication, and also choose an e-card from the hundreds of options that Laudio gives you in order to make your communication more engaging. In addition to acting on Laudio's recommendations, managers can also use Laudio's tools to recognize staff on their own. So for example, you can use Laudio's email a shift feature to recognize a whole shift. If you know last night's shift was really hard, you can click a button, select all the team members who worked last night, and send them a quick note or a quick message without having to go into any other system, saving you a lot of time. The tracker on the right-hand side of the screen gives managers a bird's eye view of how exactly they're engaging with their staff. Firstly, the dial on top shows you the total number of interactions you've had with your team, and hovering over the dial shows you exactly what types of interactions you've been having with your team. The list below shows which team members you've interacted with, when, and on what topics. So for example, here for Maria, you can see that you've actually recognized her recently. Same for Jacoby, it seems like you've had a rounding interaction with him quite recently. You can sort the tracker in order to figure out which team members you've not had any interaction with recently. In this case, it seems to be Adeline and Leighton. This allows managers to course correct and make sure that they're engaging with all of their employees in a way that is even and consistent. Any engagement that you have with an employee on Laudio is tracked in the employee's profile, which is a one-stop shop for all the information about an employee. So in the profile, you can store information like a blurb about what they like, preferred names, recognition preferences. You can also store information like committees and projects they may be involved in, specialty certifications or degrees that they may either have or be engaged in the process of getting. In addition to that, what Laudio also does is every engagement or every piece of communication that you have with a team member through Laudio is tracked in their activity feed. This gives you all the context and all the richness you need. You can see all the opportunities in which you have actually recognized a staff member or had an accountability conversation with them, allowing you as a manager to go into an annual review conversation or coaching conversation with a lot more detail, a lot more context in order to have an effective and meaningful interaction. In addition to the tools and recommendations, Laudio also brings together core workflows that are critical for driving employee engagement. One example is employee rounding. Laudio organizes this workflow for managers and makes it as easy as possible to execute. So firstly, the tracker is created based on the last interaction that you had with a person. It is sorted in order to show you which team members are actually on the floor right now. So if you have to have a face-to-face interaction, you can go and do that immediately by looking at the tracker. In addition, Laudio also provides all the tools in order to make this interaction as effective as possible. So for example, you can schedule a round, send a peer recognition, or you can document the conversation you had and add a follow-up so that you don't miss out on anything that a team member may have raised. In this way, by giving managers actionable tools, insights, and data to support their team, Laudio helps managers move the needle on staff engagement.